just out here hiking. The helicopters are flying a lot today. It's Sunday. We're still at the Grand Canyon. You can hear the chopper. And sometimes they fly really, really low, right over us. This one's over here. I was just doing this little hike here, and it's kind of muddy. Like, it's obviously dry now, but at one point it was muddy. And I just thought this was kind of funny. You can see where somebody got stuck right here. And they put logs and branches under their tires. You can see the big ruts here. So it's just a reminder when you're out here, and if it's rainy or wet, then you either don't want to try to leave, or make sure you parked in a decent spot so you can get out. Here's kind of an interesting looking tree in the woods here. Tree. My heart's beating because Echo wasn't on his leash, and I was just about to put him on, and I was like, no, I shouldn't put him on. Look at this right there. We're really close to them. He hasn't seen him, and now he sees him. You stay, Echo. There's at least 3 elk there. That was close. Echo, see. Good boy. I really am shaken. I gotta go with my instincts a little quicker. Because I had my leash, I had his leash in my hand, and I was thinking, it's getting dark. I know that the elk have come through this area in the nighttime. And I was gonna put him right on the leash. And I should have done it just a little bit earlier, because I'm shaking right now because I spooked myself. He could have taken off after him. Now they're just kind of walking away. See them right there. They're turning back to look. Looks like there's 3 of them. I thought I saw a big rack, but it's hard to tell. I can hear more elk now calling from this direction and back over there. Last night they came pretty close to our camp. It sounded like a stampede. I got outside of the trailer and you could feel the ground moving. There were so many of them, and they were just trotting along. It was pitch black out. I shined my light out, and that kind of spooked them. I could just see the glow of their eyes. Yeah, in one of my videos, I lost Echo because he saw, it turned out he was chasing an elk. And, you know, I told him that he was a bad dog when I found him. And he felt bad, like he knows he's not supposed to do that. But I'm still working with him, like as far as being able to stop him with my voice. If I see something and he sees something that he wants to chase, you know, of course, if there's nothing for him to chase, he's really good. He listens to my voice. And if there's a squirrel, we saw a squirrel today, and Dodger chased right after it. Dodger's pretty old. He's over 14. He chased as fast as the dog could run. Dodger chased that squirrel, and Echo wanted to, but I told Echo no with my voice, just to kind of work on some training. And he listened really good. But since that video where I lost Echo and then I found him about 45 minutes later, and he was bloody, he had like bloody paws. He had a couple scrapes and bruises on him, and he had a limp because he was chasing this huge elk. Since I shot that video, he's ran away 2 more times. And the one time we were in the desert, and we were pretty far from camp. I mean, we were a couple miles from camp. The sun was coming down, and he took off, and I went trekking trying to find him, and Dodger doesn't care. When Echo takes off, Dodger doesn't help try to find Echo. Dodger's like happy that Echo's gone. And so Dodger just tries to take me back to camp, and I'm thinking, wait, is Dodger telling me that Echo's this way? And luckily I just kind of waited around the area where Echo had taken off from, and 45 minutes later, Echo came right back to that same spot on the road. Next time I lose him, I should stay in one spot, in that same spot, and just wait. About 45 minutes, he'll tire himself out and come back. The other time I lost him was just a couple days ago, and we were doing a little hike, and he saw a deer. See, he heard me say that in the distance, and he froze. He stared at it, and then he took off, and I told him no. I said, Echo, stay. And he didn't listen to me at all. He didn't even care. He just full bore after that deer. The deer was way ahead of him already. I thought, well, I'll just wait here. The sun was starting to come down again, and I've kind of got over that fear now that he's not going to come back. You know, he always comes back, and he knows where we were camped. But this took him an hour and 45 minutes. And I got in the truck and drove around, and then I saw him slowly moping back to camp. And he had come from the same place where he had taken off from. So I think he went back again to exactly the same place he left. And I was really happy to see him. But man, I just don't like him taking off, you know. I don't like him harassing deer or elk or whatever. It's almost dark time. The bats are coming out. These places are kind of like paradise for me. And the dogs have a lot of fun too. All I can do is hope that the dogs like being outdoors like I do. Well, I mean, I can tell that they do. There's the moon. You know, I can tell they like it out here. But these places are really like paradise to me, because we can really do whatever we want. We're totally free out here. You know, there's certain rules, but they're pretty basic. There was a fire ban, for example. There's a stay limit in a lot of the places. Like here, it's 2 weeks. You can stay 2 weeks for free, and then you got to move on. But other than that, there's really not many rules. And when you meet somebody out here, when you run into somebody, you have a lot of stuff in common with them instantly, which is kind of cool. Always have something to talk about, like where you get water, or where you dump your tanks, or what kind of rig you have, what are you camping in. There's a pile of rocks over here. It looks like a peace sign. Could be a grave. It also could just be a fire pit, an old fire pit. But hey, thanks for watching our videos. Hit that like button if you like our videos. Me and the dogs like to know you're watching. The Got Out channel isn't just about me and the dogs getting out. I like the idea that maybe it motivates a few people out there to get out on your own too. I got the awning out today because it was really hot today. Luckily the sun actually wasn't out too much, so I didn't need the awning so much, but when the sun hits the trailer, it really heats up the inside. So it's good to have the front end of the trailer pointed at the sun, because then there's less exposure to the sun. And if you can't situate your trailer that way, or your rig, whatever rig you have, if you have a van or a truck camper, then you put your awning out, if you have an awning, on the side the sun's coming out, so then the sun is not heating up the side of your trailer, let alone like coming through the windows, or it's nice to keep this area down next to your trailer cool, so you can sit out here, the dogs can sit out here, keep their water cool. But the Got Out channel isn't just about me and the dogs getting out. I like to think that we can give all of you some tips and ideas about getting out yourself. It really doesn't take much, just a tent and a car. There's a lot of free places, and there's some cheap pay places you can go to as well. It's good just to relax and take it easy. We have a pretty comfortable, easy life. But we came from the city, and I know what the city's like. Like, it can be pretty intense. And even if you love it there, it's good to take a break every once in a while. And camping is a good way to do it. So from me and Echo and Dodger, don't forget to take time for yourself and get out.